With the successful funding of the Ghostbusters Plasma Series Ectomobile HasLab and backing still open until the end of tomorrow, it might seem a bit early to start speculating about what's next. However, following an earlier tease hinting at plans for updated action figures of the original 4 Ghostbusters, new details have surfaced suggesting a 4-pack is in the works. And speculation about this potential 4-pack began swirling following a Q&A roundtable centered around the crowdfunded Ectomobile. During the discussion, Hasbro's Emily Bader admitted to a slight misconception the HasLab team had when planning the toy vehicle's campaign, explaining,
I think that one of the things that we can say is we've gotten a lot more questions than we thought we would get about the original run of Plasma Series figures, especially the original Ghostbusters 1 figures that we did with the Afterlife line. And that going into this, it's been really interesting because we made some assumptions of when we were doing this project. And one of the assumptions was that the majority of our backers would already have purchased those figures when we did the Afterlife line. And so the reason we didn't include Ghostbusters 1 figures with the HasLab is because we didn't want to duplicate what we kind of assumed was already in your collections, and that we wanted to make sure that you were getting new figures. So while I can't necessarily say exactly what we are doing, stay tuned because we are working on figuring out how to do something that is at least a little bit special around those Ghostbusters 1 figures, knowing that fans are likely going to be looking for those figures or perhaps something that might be similar to them, but perhaps with a couple of updates that you may want for your HasLab collection. Does that seem fair?
It was very vague.
It was.
Given that the success of the Ectomobile HasLab has renewed interest in the original team in their 84 uniforms, an all-in-one bundle pack feels like the natural next step. And all this speculation, it gained further traction during this week's episode of the Major Wrestling Figures podcast, where Matt Cardona, who had a first-hand look at the Ectomobile, appeared to let the news slip. As in speaking to co-host Mark Sterling, Cardona would say,
and they even told me that, I don't know, Mark, maybe it was you who said you might want to go back and get the Ghostbusters 1 figures. Was it you?
Yep.
They're making a 4-pack, so you won't have to go to the secondary market.
While Hasbro has yet to officially confirm the bundle, there are plenty of potential updates that could make it a must-have for both new Plasma Series collectors and those seeking idealized renditions of Peter, Ray, Egon, and Winston. That initial run of the 4 figures featured uniform colors that lean towards a paler tone rather than the classic tan khaki, a detail that would later be corrected in subsequent waves. Additionally, as seen with the Ectomobile HasLab, there's a strong possibility for updated head sculpts. Of course, we're curious who would be up for an updated all-in-one bundle pack of the original Ghostbusters. Comment down below, let us know. As always, we're going to continue to update as more news becomes available, so keep posted at GhostbustersNews.com and right here to our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. If you'd like to join up with Ghostbusters News, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is in the video's description, and we'll see you right back here next time.
Your spine, your senses don't deceive you. Call up the guys who are ready to believe you. The number's 555-2368. But before you call, let's get something straight. What do you do when the ghosts have been busted? Is it the source universally trusted? If you got a case of Ghostbusting blues, the cure for sure is Ghostbusters News. Jason's the guy who's doing the heavy lifting.